What is going on, everybody? As I mentioned in my previous video, I want to start doing more videos for you guys, taking you through sort of my life, what it's like to be an agent, giving you tips and advice on buying and selling real estate. Obviously, that's my job, so I figured I'd add some of that in there. And also just investing in general. I think investing in real estate is, of course, one of the greatest things out there, but I love talking about all sorts of investments and other financial topics, so that's kind of what we're going to have going on moving forward with this YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. Today we're just going to do a pretty basic Q&A. I put out the bat signal for Q&A questions on my Instagram page. If you don't follow me there, go check me out at Kevin Closet over on Instagram. And basically we're just going to go through 5 questions here and let you know what I think about each of the questions. So first up, we've got, what's the most important thing in choosing a real estate agent? Now, this is a tough question just because there's so many different factors that go into who you work with really in any business. So I can't narrow it down to just one thing, but I'll say 2 things. And the first thing is trust. If you don't trust your real estate agent, you've got basically a huge problem and you should probably find a new one, or at least have a serious conversation about that. And that goes for anyone you're doing business with or anyone in your life, period. If you don't trust that person, why are they even around you? So trust is the first one. And the second one is knowledge and expertise. So you don't want to use an agent who, even if you trust them, they don't really know what they're doing, right? And so they need to have knowledge of the market, knowledge of the specific types of product that you're looking at purchasing. If you're looking at buying an investment property and your agent doesn't know what a cash-on-cash return is or a cap rate is, probably not the right agent for you, just because they don't have the knowledge in the area that you need. So trust and knowledge, one without the other is not enough. And so that's why I picked 2 of those things for the most important thing to look for in your real estate agent. So number 2, we've got, what is the best way to get started in real estate? Now, this is a very interesting question. My first year in real estate, I fell completely on my face. I did not sell a single home for 14 months. So that was quite the grind. So I won't pretend to know what the best way to get started in real estate is, but generally, even though I don't think joining a team is for everybody, I think by joining a team, you often get a couple of things. First of all, community. So you get people who will pick you up when you're down, when it gets hard. That's really important. And in real estate and in any sales role, there's going to be lots of ups and downs as compared to a typical 9-to-5. And so really it's important to have that community around you, and your coworkers and your team could be a big part of that, as I know it is for me. So I think joining a team is a great way to go, and also it helps you get in more repetitions. So when you're off on your own, it might take you a long time to get your first client, sell your first house, as it did for me. I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to do it on my own in a sense, but on the other hand, if I just joined a team and gotten handed some clients to work with right off the bat, I probably would have expedited the learning curve much faster. So that's a big advantage. So consider joining a team, or at least finding a mentor. That stuff is really important. You'll learn in real estate, it's a relationship game, and that's just as true for selling homes and meeting clients as it is for building allies and relationships within the industry itself. What's the best area to buy in? Now, this is a pretty hard to answer question for a lot of reasons. First of all, it depends on what you are looking for, but I can talk about the Boise area in general and just the Treasure Valley. The best areas to buy in typically are the ones that are already the most expensive. So places like the North End, places like Southeast Boise around the university, the Bench is getting there, and then also places like Eagle, very nice, Star Middleton as well. And so you just want to buy in the attractive locations. Now, most people can kind of tell what that is. If you're a local, you probably know the good areas from bad. When you're out of state, it's even more important to rely on your agent to tell you what's a good part of town, what's not. Because sometimes, just looking at the buildings and the streets doesn't tell you the whole story. So the other part to this question is thinking about something called the path of progress. Now, this is a term in real estate which really describes sort of the way development and what you could say really gentrification moves. So we've got, let's say, good parts of town. We've got the downtown metro right here. And as that gets filled up and developed, we start to expand all around that, right? And so typically, what we'll see is prices are highest when they're closest to the city, to the metro area, so to the center. So as we move further out, we'll get cheaper and cheaper homes. That's why, an identical home in downtown Boise is going to be twice as expensive as a home way out in Melba or Marsing. It's because the action is in downtown Boise, right? It's not in Melba or Marsing. No offense to you if you live there, of course. It's beautiful out there. But here's the trick. For the path of progress, what you want to find is where the growth is going to, so that the price appreciation will be there, but it's not there yet. So you can buy at a lower valuation here at this time relative to your downtown metro, and the growth is going to catch up and then prices will shoot up. So that's the progress, the path of progress for development and really just population growth. So that is a great place to buy. Currently in the Valley, Star and Middleton really are the two hotspots when it comes to a path of progress style investment and thinking about where you want to buy real estate in the Valley. So another famous, I love this question. So is now a good time to buy? This is every real estate agent's favorite question probably. There's not really a straightforward answer. It depends who you are. Are you in need of a new home? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Are you, growing your family? Are you downsizing? Do you need to move for work? Whatever it is, those are all great reasons to buy a home, regardless of what your interest rate looks like or a lot of other things. So I'll take this from a financial perspective. Is now a good time to buy? Well, in markets like real estate, there's typically two situations. You either get high rates and lower prices, or reversed. You get low rates and higher prices. We saw high prices and low rates the last couple of years from 2019 really to the middle of 2022. And now we're seeing, a little bit lower prices with much higher rates. So if you can afford to buy now, I like to buy in a higher rate environment with lower prices because you can always refinance. You can't change your cost basis once you buy the house. So there's an advantage there. If the numbers work out the same, that's fantastic. Obviously, in the Treasure Valley, we saw prices really not come down all that much. They did drop in the last 18 months, but not as much as interest rates went up. So it is hard to afford new property right now. But if you can, I think it's a great time because once rates come down, whenever that is, could be next year, could be in 10 years, then you'll really see the value in buying now versus waiting till that time when rates do come down, so you can take on more debt more affordably, but there's going to be way more competition in the market and prices are going to be higher than they are today. So it's really a trade-off. Here's a good one. How do real estate agents get paid? For those of you who don't know, we are mostly commission-based. So sometimes you'll find a couple agents who maybe work for a team, or if you work for a builder, kind of depends what their situation is. So I won't speak for every agent, but most real estate agents out there are strictly commission-based. They'll get paid when they help you buy or sell a house, and really they don't get paid unless they close the deal. So agents are always motivated to help you close the deal and really get you across the finish line. This is an awesome asset to have because you want somebody who's really working as hard as possible for you to help get you across the finish line. If you work with somebody who is not motivated to close the deal because they're getting their paycheck one way or another, how invested are they really going to be in the purchase and sale of your house? So I think the fact that real estate agents get paid through commission is fantastic. And the other thing I like about it as an agent is that you can really control how much or how little you work and how much you get compensated based on that. So unlike your 9-to-5 where you might be capped, at a 3%, 5% increase every single year, if you work really hard, you can make a lot of money, or if you want to take it easy and you don't care too much about the money, you can take it easy. So there's something for everybody when it comes to real estate and just sales jobs in general. So our last question here, I lied, we actually have 6 questions, so bonus question. And this is one I get a ton, also for people who don't really understand how the real estate industry works. And that is, how do real estate brokerages work? So, if you've seen any of my stuff before, you see, okay, Kevin Coslett, he's working with Team Weston, for example, but also he's at Amherst Madison, which is a real estate brokerage. How does that work? Do you need to interview? Who hires you? All very good questions. So I'll paint it this way. Brokerages actually sort of work for the agent. They are a a service that the broker will provide. Agents need to hang their license per each state. You have to hang your real estate license with a broker. So you cannot practice real estate unless you are a broker or hang your license with one. So most agents are just salespeople and not brokers, and they hang their license with a broker, and they're under a brokerage. So fantastic. Now, throughout the evolution of the brokerage business model, brokers decided, hey, how do I get more agents? Because agents pay the broker to hang their license there. So brokerages started offering other services. They offer, marketing, coaching, mentorship, branding, all sorts of things. And so they've really built up this interesting business model to help attract agents and increase their monthly income through having more agents at their brokerage. So brokerages are basically designed today to help serve agents and make sure they're in compliance with, the regulatory bodies, help them market, help them be more successful through mentorship and coaching, and really just provide the agent with a lot of opportunities. Now, you see lots of different models. Some models like Amherst Madison are really focused on, high per agent production. So they want to really work with some of the best, and they really put a lot of effort and time into marketing and creating a really strong brand value for the agent and creating a big community too. That's a part of it. And other agents are more focused on the volume model, right? So we could think of, brands. Let's compare it to retail here. So you've got your Costco's and you've got your luxury brands, right? So one's making money based on, volume transactions, and the other one's making money on, high margin services. So that's kind of the difference in brokerage models. But yeah, that's how it works. Brokerages will always interview you, of course, but some are pickier than other ones. So really, if you are looking at getting into the business, realize that most brokerages want you to join, and so they're going to chase you a little bit, and the power is really more in your hands. Not all brokerages are like that. Some might not care what you have to say, and they could care less about your business. But in general, brokerages want to have you there because you help make them more money. Not only do you pay them monthly fees, but you're really the profit center of the brokerage model business. So that's how it works. And that will wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for watching my first Q&A. I really liked doing this, honestly, so I think I'm going to try to find more time to go out and create more of these videos. I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you have more questions, please leave them down below. I'll also be probably posting a couple clips on this on Instagram, so go follow me there if you don't already. And again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.